Sorry about that cut. Friend of mine asked for me for something. I had to help him out. But anyway, as I was saying, this is gonna be it, man. I mean, this is gonna be the end all be all of battles. And apparently, this isn't even gonna be the end of the Avengers, you know? Because from what I heard, the Avengers movie, it originally was gonna be a part one and then a part two. But now they're just gonna be like separate movies where it's Infinity War, the movie, and then the next big Avengers team up movie will be some other villain, which I'm hoping is Galactus. Because if the next Avengers Infinity War movie is of Galactus, I'm there, like, literally the very first day. Like, because you can't go wrong with Galactus. I mean, Fantastic Four did, of course, but that's beside the point. This is Marvel Cinematic Universe. They know better. So, I hope the next movie, their next big Infinity War movie that used to be part of part one but is now its own standalone movie, I hope that one's gonna have Galactus in it. Like maybe their next big bad guy is gonna be Galactus. Like maybe, I don't know. Is Galactus part of the Fox Marvel universe or what? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that kind of detail. Hopefully we get Galactus, you know. Maybe. But yeah, this is gonna be huge. This is gonna be the biggest Marvel movie to ever come out. Like, this is gonna be bigger than the first Avengers. It's gonna be that huge. Now, saying that, I've talked about how hyped I am. Wait, no, I haven't. Because, again, who I'm hoping to be in this movie, I hope it's going to be the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Magic Users, and then coming up as well would be the Defenders. Like, imagine if the Defenders were in this movie too. That'd be insane. Like, really insane. So, yeah, I think I've talked about all that I've been hyped for with this movie. Now, my concerns. And I'm not gonna make this whole big thing where it's gonna be like some drawn out reasons why I probably wouldn't like it or anything like that. Now I'm on some positive shit right now because of after what I've seen on there, I got my hopes up, you know? I got my hopes up that this movie's gonna be really good, you know? And plus you got the Russo brothers in it who made Winter Soldier, and that was one of my favorite movies for Captain America. The first movie was, it was okay. Civil War, it was alright, in my opinion. But the Russo brothers know how to make Marvel movies. Phase 1 is one of the biggest examples of that. Phase 1, to me, is still regarded as the best phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's all thanks to the Russo brothers in having their hand within that phase. So to see them work with Marvel Cinematic Universe again to make the Infinity War, I don't know, I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty excited for this. I may not show it that well, but on the inside, I'm really stoked to see this huge ass battle take place right in front of a movie screen. And it doesn't even feel like it can, because the scale is so huge and so large and just unimaginable. It's like, how could they do this? How can they put all these characters into this movie? How could they do that? And we're about to see how. We're about to see how Marvel is going to be able to do the Infinity War, having all these characters in there fighting the biggest evil that it has been, that this entire universe has been leading to since 2008. So which, that would make it 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Almost 10 years. 10 years, man. That's a long time for a movie. That's a long time for a movie universe. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. You know, I've been waiting for this one for quite some time now, and now it's finally here, and now just gotta wait a little bit longer. So I've talked about what I'm hyped for, and now it's time to talk about what I'm worried about. A few things, actually. The first thing I'm worried about is everyone getting screen time. Now, my one of my issues with Civil War, and I guess I don't know if I addressed it in the actual review video I did, but I didn't like how they kind of just threw some characters in there without much of a purpose, you know. So I hope for this movie, like Ant-Man for example, he didn't have to be in the movie; he was just there. Or Spider-Man, he didn't have to be in the movie, but he was just there. So I'm hoping that for Infinity War, we get a little more backbone with these characters. Like, they're not just thrown in there for fan appeal. Like, they have their own individual stories within the movie. And that's what I'm saying. It seems rather it would seem rather hard to do that. Because it's probably going to be like a 2-hour movie at best. So with those 2 hours, I don't know if you can really put all the characters, it's not stories, but just, I don't know if you can give everyone proper character development in those few moments that they have. Who's to say? I mean, granted, you really don't have to. I mean, it's Marvel. The name by itself doesn't even have to try that hard anymore. They can sell millions in box office numbers without even really trying that hard. Well, I mean, not saying they haven't, but they could, because it's the brand, the name brand. So, all they have to do is wait, see how it goes, and hope for the best. Now, another word that I have, it's Thanos himself. Sorry if I'm coughing a lot, I'm kind of under a cold. But, as successful as the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, their villains are not up to par. And after a recent interview that Kevin Feige did about how he wants the Marvel movies to focus more on its heroes than the villains, which seems to imply that the heroes are more important than the villains, I have, I don't know, I have worries for Thanos. Because this is the villain that they have been pretty much riding up to. This is the villain, the end-all, be-all villain for the cinematic universe. At least for this first Infinity Wars movie. The second one, if they decide to do a second one, that's that. But this movie is gonna be pretty friggin' huge, because this movie is basically the end-all, be-all. So you gotta have an end-all, be-all villain. My issue with Marvel in handling Infinity War is because they have no real good track record when it comes to villains for their movies. And I'm just a little concerned that that's what's going to happen to Thanos, the villain they've been, hinting at since, I guess, Iron Man 1? Well, no, they've been hinting at it since the Avengers. So, just have to wait and see. I'm hoping that we get a faithful adaptation, I'm hoping we get a really cool, adaptation to this version of Thanos. He looks exactly like his comic book counterpart, which I'm happy for because they kept the design, and he looks intimidating as fuck because he's huge as shit in like real life. Well, not real life, but in terms of scale. So there's a lot riding on this movie for their villains, and Thanos, from what I've heard, is apparently going to be the main character of Infinity War. Not the main character as in it's all focused on him, but just the main characters, and he's going to be a crucial part of the movie. So I hope they focus on Thanos as much as they focus on the Avengers. And that's all I wanted to say. Any more worries? Not really, no. Despite my issues with Marvel, which I do have quite a few, after Phase 1, it felt like Phase 2 and Phase 3 were kind of just slowly diminishing in any kind of interest for me. But I still trust them. I still trust them to be able to do Infinity War. Because this is the movie that you really can't fuck up on. This is a big film, and I know they're putting all their heart, their blood, their sweat, their tears into this film, because this is the big one of them all. So I don't think they're gonna mess it up. How could they? It's like, you got the Russo brothers, you got Kevin Feige, and you got a whole bunch of, you got all this talent, these actors too. So I have no doubt that this movie is gonna be pretty huge. I have no doubt that the movie is gonna be good. I'm probably gonna love it. I'm probably gonna see it multiple times. I hope I can get the same feeling that I get from this movie that I got from the first Avengers, where I became the hugest Avengers fanboy. You know, that magic sort of died down after Age of Ultron and then Civil War, but hopefully I can get that feeling again that I had after walking out of the first Avengers movie, where I just feel happy. I feel like I watched a movie. I feel like I watched one of the best superhero team-up movies I've ever seen. I want that feeling again. I want that feeling that I got from that first movie, but times 100. Like, just pumped into my veins. I want that feeling again. And that's what I'm hoping for Infinity War. Okay, so let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. But probably some of you have been waiting for me to kind of give my thoughts on. Am I more excited for Infinity War than I am for Justice League? And I'm not going to go into a long-winded argument about this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say, for the moment, yeah, I actually am more excited for Infinity War than I am for Justice League right now. Because as much as I have issues with Marvel, the company, the person who runs Marvel in general, how their movies all feel kind of dull at times, I will say that this is the movie that I've been waiting for since the Avengers. As such, this is the movie that I'm going to be more hyped for, you know, for the time being. Maybe if, you know, DC drops that Justice League trailer anytime soon, then maybe I might change my mind. But until then, Infinity War's got my attention. Infinity War has more of my attention than the Justice League movie right now. And I'm not saying that it's not a Marvel versus DC thing right now. It's more of a Marvel's doing this huge thing. I'll wait for DC to catch up. But for now, Infinity War. So that's all I have to say for this video. So now I'm going to ask you, the viewers, what do you guys think of the Infinity War? Are you excited for it? Are you meh about it? Do you not care for it? Which, how could you not? This is the end-all be-all movie, as I keep saying throughout this entire video. But yeah, be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Peace.